what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah.
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
That's a good one right there. You good, girl? All right, hit your spot now. No more arguing. The show has started, okay? Get on your spot. Or go over there. You're still cute. I can do. Hello and welcome into the Thursday edition of your show. My name is Gary, and this bad boy here, this is still, as far as we know, the only show going live, 4 to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday, originating out of Saskatoon on the internet. And to be able to say that each and every show, it's not lost on us. We're so grateful and thankful because that means we're doing something different. And in a world full of copycat culture, a world where everyone says, I'm going to do this with this show because that's what everyone else does, that's how you end up with everything the same. And nobody needs everything the same. So if you can stand out, I promise you, it's hard. It's very hard. But if you can get it going, you get noticed. And that's how this place continues this movement of trying to make the world better and reminding everyone, hey, man, everyone's real uptight right now. Everyone's going through it. Life's really hard. Let's just take a step back and be nice before we just go and snap on everything and everyone for all the reasons. Because we're all in this together. And I know it sort of sounds lame when you say that, but it's so true. Like the golden rules, treat others how you want to be treated. It's so far. That's how we got this place going. This place has been built on the kindness and generosity of so many incredible human beings. And I stand before you, a man who is proof that if you do things the right way, no matter how hard it is, you can be successful. And a huge thank you to Miss Rihanna, her second solo show today. Miss Rihanna, you got a wave for us over there? There it is, beautiful. Right beside a brand new friend that we have, a certain Teddy in the Ruxpin form, a man who invited us long ago to come dream with him tonight. More on that later, but we've been working really hard. Coach Comet 2, we got a Teddy Ruxpin. Today has been a day filled with love and emotion and so many things as a lot of telemiracle magic came through here. We talked to a bunch of incredible human beings. We'll get to all of that in a little bit. Right now, we continue to thank you for allowing this movement to continue by giving you a camera. And she is fired up today. Oh, this is going to be a really good one. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the Mega Cam. This is going to be extreme close-up. That, I don't think it gets any cuter than that. All right. The only thing that makes this better is award-winning voiceover actor, Morgan Freeman.
Thank you very much, Gary, for the incredible intro. The Maggie Cam, powered by our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. There she goes. Your pet's natural grocery. Margaret, come back, please. We just started the Maggie Cam and you already took off. Looks like she's hanging out with Miss Rihanna. Hold on, here we go. There we go. We're adding dog wrangler duty. There we go. There we go. All right, Maggie. It's good. This is just fine. I got a Miss Rihanna. All right. The reason we love Pet Planet on 8th Street so much is because it's another example of small businesses doing good. Mom and pop shops doing things the right way. The exact type of businesses we love to support. Mike and Rochelle run the place. Incredible human beings. So much so they understand that life is hard. Everyone's going through it. It's tough to get in during traditional business hours. So they stay open after hours and on weekends. A huge thank you to Kirsten and Chris for that. They know what you're going through. And if we can help support people that understand that, things do get better. And then once you're in there, their shopping experience just keeps getting better as well. As they have a greeting dog, just like Margaret. His name is Leroy, and he will greet you right at the door. His bed is right there. And when these two are together, boy, oh boy, is it ever a cute Nami of awesomeness. And then your shopping experience begins. As every Tuesday, they have bones on sale ready for you. Every Thursday, they have treats on sale for you. As well, they got Toy Wolf. You can walk your puppy right up to a toy wall. That puppy will say, ooh, I like this toy. And you say, great choice, puppy. And then you take the toy home, and all of a sudden, they're playing with it all the time. Margaret has not stopped playing with her brand new Bumblebee toy that she got for free. when she booked in her $60 blowout. Her coat is so full of hair. She has 2 coats, and both of them shit at the same time. So everywhere she goes, there's just hair everywhere. And then we got the $60 blowout. They trimmed her stump, and now she sits before you, a beautiful cloud of puppiness. Always so happy. So get that new grooming service going. Here she goes again. Give them a call and get it signed up. And then the awesomeness continues, because they have fridges in the back full of the raw foods. Boy, oh boy, Carrie, those are some nice legs.
Thank you very much, Mr. Freeman. Keep it moving along.
You got it. Oh, here she comes again. The raw food diet ready for you. The puppy spa in the back, the most affordable one in the city, ready for you. They have fashion aisles full of all the latest puppy fashion, including little booties, as well as the shirts and jerseys. They have jerseys strewn throughout the store. They got everything you need: buckle-up collars and matching leashes, exercise pants, travel crates, beds, everything. It's all there for you. Most importantly, look at this. Most importantly, understand, when you support Pet Planet on 8th Street, you are supporting local business. You are taking the power back from the big corporations. You're saying, no, we are done with your stuff. We support local, and that's what it's all about. That's how this city becomes better. So it is time for you to make the change. It is time to head on over to Pet Planet on 8th Street. They are your pet's natural grocer.
Very, very well done, Miss Triana. Very impressive. As we continue here on the Thursday edition. Thank you again to Morgan Freeman for voicing that over for us, and for our Mike and Rochelle, man, Pet Planet on 8th Street. I'm telling you, it's not just something we talk about. There's a reason we kick off each and every show talking about them, because they are the perfect example of what we want to support. And we are here for you as well. We're going to get into it. We got traditions around here, as you know, many different shows during the week in this spot. And today, we got the stuff that we always do, and we're going to get into that. But it's also sort of turned into a Telemiracle Backstage Lounge episode, which I'm very excited for. But before we get to any of that, it is time to check in with one of our favorite people. Take it away, Miss Rihanna. Oh, the pre-tape. That's all. Thursday is here. We know that because CTV's Matt Young is
That's
here.
right.
Brother,
That's right.
great
How's
to
it going?
see you again. So happy. I got gifts here. Thank you to our
you got
friends
some
Kyle and
food
Aaliyah.
going.
Aaliyah made these. They are caramel cornflake cookies.
Caramel corn.
Yeah.
So
I broke my fast. Just grab one and go.
Just grab one
and go.
Oh, they're cookies.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
So you should be able to pop it off. There you go.
There you go.
Let's get it in you. I'll take that little bit.
Oh, man.
Isn't that wild? Yeah.
Oh, really
Aaliyah,
good.
Told ya. Bangers. Now,
Somebody knows how to bake.
and I've been eating too much. And you know what? The bacon you brought in? Remember the bacon?
Yeah,
Oh, it's
Christmas
so
time.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
so good. Anytime people bring bacon, it gets very, very good for
You know,
us.
that's the nice thing about coming on is because I never need to bring lunch.
We're
In fact,
always here.
there's always something to eat. It's 13th Melon. It's the same
it.
thing. I mean,
Yeah,
you got
the
the
wings.
Bugsies and
Shout
the
out to
wings.
Bugsies, yeah.
We are going to be downing ourselves in wings this year. It's going to be a good time. I'm excited for Rider season.
Absolutely.
And it's finally nice outside.
It's here.
I think we're done with winter. I think. I
Every
can't,
week we say
can't
that.
guarantee. I know it's Saskatchewan and whatever, but I think we've finally done it.
Here.
I'll tell you what, no one's happier than our Jeff Rockstad, who's a weather guy, because
Yeah.
who wants to present snow in May? But I don't
So
think we'll
much
be
hate
doing
coming
that.
with that, for sure.
So that's good. But we got a lot to talk about in the world of gaming and sports gaming, and something that you really like, my friend, because one of your personal favorite games is celebrating a birthday today.
Come on.
Now wait, I'm 43. How old are you?
I just turned 44 2 days
You
ago.
just so we're around the same age. Okay,
Yeah.
so 42 years ago, me and you were pretty much in diapers at that point.
Yeah.
42 years ago, NES Golf came out
my goodness.
for the NES system. It came out in Japan, and now I had it loaded. We got some pictures here.
Technology.
We got some technology. We'll get going. NES Golf, which is one of your favorite games, you've mastered it pretty much. And we got some footage here that we can show people. It'll pop up on that monitor. There you go.
Now this was
Was revolutionary at the time.
This was the precursor. Now every Tuesday, my buddy Big Boy, who built the set here, shout out to Dynamic Carpentry Finishing, we play NES Open.
There you go.
And
NES Open is kind of like this, a little different.
This was the precursor to it.
This was the precursor.
That's what I'm saying. So this is the one that gave you the edge.
This is the first golf game that came out for the Nintendo Entertainment System, and it actually, for its time, was revolutionary.
So
you can
good.
see a detailed map of the hole.
Yeah.
It accounted for things like wind and topography of the greens and stuff like that. You can choose all kinds of different clubs. You can see we're on a 491-yard par 5, and you can see the green. It'll show you arrows as to the slope of the green, and there we go. That guy just made a putt and made it in. Now, what's the best score you've ever had on this game?
See, now again, this is the one. Like my Uncle Kim, growing up in Bigger in his house, that's the first time I ever played this game. Ever played it, and I got so addicted to it because it was so fun. And I was too young when I was playing this to be good at it. But
now you're good at it.
But it helped me learn into the NES Open again,
Right.
which is the part 2 of this. It's all the same stuff. It was the same arrows, the same swing stuff.
Yeah.
It's just so on the NES Open, I've shot like 25 under, 24 under.
Oh, that's
Pretty good.
This
one,
I think the
not
best
as
I've
much.
done is like 8 under on NES Open,
But-
and I
but-
played that game a bit, so that's really good.
I was sitting down with Big Boy last night. He was in, and we were playing our NES Open, and we didn't have the best rounds. It was like a couple 20 unders or whatever. And I said, "How many rounds do you think we played?" And probably over the years, it'd be over 10,000 rounds.
Oh, for sure.
So
For sure.
it's getting those reps in.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
like playing every week, numerous games in a night for like 25 years.
Wow. Well,
But this was the harder one. That's what I'm getting at. I would never shoot that good on
This
this one.
one is. Oh, we're back to another commercial. Stanley Cup playoffs. Maybe we'll talk about that later
Little
on.
bit of, sports coming up.
So this game right here, if you find it loose at a game store, you can get it for about $8 or $10.
But wait for it.
But if you have a brand new copy, you don't have a brand new copy, do you?
No.
You got a loose one. He's got a cartridge copy.
that's
If
true.
you find a brand new one, you're going to be paying $700, $800.
Insanity.
If it's still shrink wrapped.
But, oh man, wouldn't that be awesome?
I mean, to find something like that. Now, this game here, it's easy to play. It's simple to play. It's the type of game where you can have a few beverages and still be pretty decent. Kind of like a real golf for most of us, right? If I always find you hit the ball a little straighter sometimes and you have a few beers.
get a little looser,
there
right?
you go.
Yeah,
Exactly. So NES Golf, 42 years ago, pretty much the beginning of sort of the more modern video game era with the NES.
And the Game Boy NES Golf too.
That's right. You could also get it on Game Boy as well. I forgot to mention that.
This format was very cool for golf.
And revolutionary at the time. So that's NES
Absolutely.
Golf.
Ooh,
Now,
look at this hole. Hold on. Look at this. Look at all the water hazards. in here.
island greens here. Let's have a.
Get up.
NES.
Oh, big bounce.
Okay. Well, let's
Who
try.
has a
We'll try
246?
our best Jim Nance impression.
here we go.
Okay, so we're here right now. This is a par 3 hole, and he's got it.
Oh,
And,
wow.
right there, and it's on the
Oh.
green, only 2 feet away. This
close.
one's for par, and he's got it. Look at that. There you go. All right. Well, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Well, it wouldn't be a leaderboard in this game. It's only one guy. But there, you got the little golf clap at the end.
I was trying to get it in.
Is that still a thing now? Is the golf clap still a real thing in golf?
Like said,
I don't know.
It depends.
It could be.
That waste management tour. I feel like the golf clap is just like this with the.
You know what? That's like that's like the Happy Gilmore fun time thing, right? Yeah. Every time I think of that, I think of the guy with the beer cans, and he's got the straw that goes down to his mouth.
Yeah.
Okay. NES Golf.
How
Now,
old? How 42?
42, man. 42. I was 1. I mean,
Yeah.
you were 1 or 2. Like, I mean, this is wow. You know what? We're young at heart, folks.
That's it.
the important thing. All right.
Absolutely.
Now, the other game that we're going to celebrate 18 years ago today, Grand Theft Auto 4.
Oh, my
Came
goodness.
out for the
Another
PlayStation
game
3
changer,
and
man.
Xbox 360.
Another game changer.
This game here, of course, Grand Theft Auto at this point now is one of the top-selling game franchises in the world. This game sold 3.5 million copies in the first 24 hours.
That's a lot.
This is a massive, massive hit. It picks up from Grand Theft Auto 3. It's basically kind of a recreation of Liberty City, only it emulates different boroughs like the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, and Manhattan. This game here came out for the PlayStation 3 and for the Xbox 360. There was also a special edition that would eventually be made called Grand Theft Auto 4 Special Edition. Not too many of those copies were released. It's a little more valuable if you can find it. But this game, again, basically was sort of once you got through Grand Theft Auto 3, now you're starting to see the type of realistic graphics and situations you could create for a Grand Theft Auto video game. Of course, after Grand Theft Auto came Grand Theft Auto 5, which was released in 2013. This game released in 2008. It's one of the greatest hits of all time. Game reviewers at the time gave this a 10 out of 10 pretty much right across the board.
Like, just look at it.
I mean,
it's just stunning.
And this is from 18 years ago. So an open world game with this kind of graphics for 18 years ago was incredible. This was also sort of the start of your online gaming is starting to get a little big here, right? So and it added things like, you can listen to radio stations in your car and things like that. It added a little bit more of that. Some of the elements from this game are in Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 was more a mix of Miami, LA with a bit of rustic downtown to it. But this game right here was good. Now, if you have a brand new copy of it, it hasn't been aged well enough, I guess, to get the high value that you'd get for, let's say, NES Golf. But still, you'd probably fetch a few $100 if you had a brand new copy. A loose copy isn't going to cost you very much, maybe $10 or $20. But this game right here, this was fun to play. This was a really enjoyable game, and Grand Theft Auto has basically taken off as the most popular open world game franchise.
Absolutely.
And it really, Grand Theft Auto, I want to say it almost piggybacked a bit like Mario 64. Super Mario 64 is what really started to sort of show you what open world gaming could be.
Absolutely.
I would say that Grand Theft Auto 4 actually kind of perfected it. And this now perfected open world gaming where you could almost literally do just about anything you wanted to.
To the point where right now, this very second, like today, there are people that cosplay inside. Like, they live a life inside the GTA world. Like,
There's
they go
actually,
to work and it gets insane.
I mean, there's GTA life and all that sort of thing where you actually,
crazy.
and if a cop pulls you over, you actually got to pull over.
Yeah,
it's like really crazy. So, so happy birthday to NES Golf and Grand Theft Auto 4, which also introduced the cell phone, by the way. You see the cell phone column at the bottom right-handed screen there. Grand Theft Auto 4, two really good games, and two fun games that we're saying happy birthday to today here on the Gary Nichols Show. And yeah, I think nothing better than NES and PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 3 all wrapped up into one, and Xbox 360 too as well at the time. So there you go.
Amazing.
Now we started off with a sports game, NES Golf.
Yes, we did.
Let's talk a little bit of sports.
All right.
By the way, shout out to the Huskies and the Dogs Breakfast. That was this morning. I happened to be there at Prairieland Park. I was there. By the way, they put on a great event.
Always.
Eggs, bacon. They got all the pastries. They do up a breakfast just absolutely perfect.
Yep.
Scott Flory was there. Mike Pinball Clemens was there. Legendary Toronto Argonaut player who unfortunately ran roughshod on the Riders in the 90s. I was always Dad Pinball Clemens.
That is
but he was there. Glenn Suter from TSN was there. So lots of sort of, I want to say, football royalty on hand for that. They raise a lot of money for academic scholarships. So if you have a chance to check out the Dogs Breakfast every year, it's always a good time. So I was there for that. Now we'll move on to Saskatchewan Rush. Well, good season for them. They lost to Toronto Rock in a very good game at SaskTel Center. The crowd was loud, but congratulations to the Saskatchewan Rush. I think this team could have gone all the way. I think they were snake bit a little bit, a couple of bad bounces. And when you play in always close games, it's always
tough, man.
One bounce of the ball, one way or the other way that can do that to you. So, tough for them, but I'd say congratulations to the Saskatchewan Rush once again in the playoffs, putting on a great season. And next year, I'm hoping that they can bring home that championship. And then in a week or a little over a week from now, Rider Training Camp starts in Saskatoon out at Griffith Stadium. I was out there today, or out there last night, sorry. And there were people that were throwing around the football.
It's happening.
And it's coming, folks. So that's going to be nice. Stuart Johnston, the CFL commissioner, was actually at the Dogs Breakfast this morning. And one of our reporters, Mike Siona, asked him about the new playoff format.
Yes, people are talking about that a little bit.
Backs the season up a little bit. Now, I like it. I think that there are good things about this. I know that it's a little glaring. 8 of 9 teams making the playoffs. I get that, but I think what they're doing is they're adding an extra week of games that are important games that mean something. So think of it as a week 19 in the regular season or night, but now they actually truly mean something. It will mean more football. It also backs up the regular season a little bit by 2 weeks, which I think is okay. You start May long weekend. Your Grey Cup is played the first week of November, so a bit of a better chance of having some warmer weather, especially if it's held in Saskatchewan. And this is the goal of this, obviously, is to create more football. You can get more revenue, more games on TV. Streaming and rights deals are becoming more valuable. And so the more product you can offer, the more you can get when it comes to those media rights deals. I think that, look, and I understand change is not easy for me. When I first saw it, I winced. But you know what? After thinking about it, I thought, okay, I can live with this. If in 5 years it leads to a healthier Canadian Football League that is making more revenue, then that's a good thing. And by the way, we talk about expansion. We need to expand. The league's got to grow beyond 9 teams. Look, you're not going to expand if your league is not as healthy as people want it to be.
Yep.
The CFL is in okay fiscal shape, some would say. But look, if your league is healthier, the opportunities to expand and grow will come naturally. So that's how I look at it. I'm probably not going to be everybody's cup of tea on that one, but I do think there's some opportunity here to try and create new dynamic ways of getting new revenue to the CFL. So I do hope it works. No one wants to see anything fail. I mean, whether we agree with it or not, if we look, if in 5 years it's a success, it's a success. So, I mean, that's the only way you could look at it. And also, one thing I do have to mention, go Oilers in the Stanley Cup playoffs. I mean, they won. They're back in the series. They beat Anaheim. They got to win Game 6 and win Game 7. And if they do,
look out.
I look out. Because if the Oilers do get hot, and Connor McDavid does get hot, I mean, a lot of Oilers fans in Saskatoon as well.
And if you got no Florida waiting at the end, boy, oh boy, that looks nice.
You know what? And that does look nice. And I think the path here, boy, if they can get past Anaheim, I think that they got a chance. That's all you got to do is put yourself in position, right? So go Edmonton Oilers in the Stanley Cup playoffs. They're not my favorite. My favorite team is actually Pittsburgh. They're gone. They got smoked by Philadelphia.
They tried.
They got there. They down 3-0. They
redeemed
won a couple
themselves a little
games.
bit,
But they're done. So go. As far as Canadian teams go, I'm back in the Edmonton Oilers, and let's see what they can do. So yeah, there you have it. A look at the Stanley Cup playoffs as well.
Dude, CTV's Matt Young. Every Thursday he stops by. We learn about games. We learn about sports. We have a lot of fun, and the positivity always grows, brother.
By the way, I want to say this: that preseason game.
Yes,
I forgot to mention that Saskatoon preseason game. The Riders are playing the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. There are still some tickets left. They're the standing room only tickets, but there are still some tickets left. And you know what, guys? This is just going to be a fun experience. They haven't played a preseason game in Saskatoon in over 30 years. So I mean, and you don't know when it's coming back. So let's get. And I'm hearing, by the way, also, a lot of people who bought tickets to this preseason game are people who haven't seen a football game before or haven't been to a CFL game, right? They're new. So that's good. That's good for you. That's part of what you want,
that's
right?
How you grow.
So if you haven't been to a CFL football game and you're not sure about driving to Regina, get to that preseason game because it is going to be a blast. There's some special things planned. It's going to be a good time, and there are still some tickets left for those who want to grab them.
Go get those tickets. Brother, thank you so much for always giving us a couple minutes.
You bet.
Miss you so much. Until next week.
Until next week, baby.
And go Oilers.
Go Oilers.
Amazing. Again, thank you to CTV's Matt Young. Prime time, we call him around here. On the Thursday edition of your show, he joins us every Thursday in, as you saw, local gaming, sports. He does it all. And always so grateful to have him around here. I do got to tell you, tomorrow we will be having another Friday Night Pizza Party. Okay? Over at twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media. That's where we go to play all sorts of different crazy games. And Phantom, our main man, he's our go-to dude with all this. Him and Uncle Brando, they run the whole Twitch stream. That's their baby. And we started Secrets of Mana 2, a.k.a. Trials of Mana, a.k.a. Detsu Natsuku 3. It's got a whole bunch of names. It's been translated. That's the one we're going right now. But Brando is off with the CCO family. Commander Cookout. The CCO Nation, if you will, at Magic Vegas the MagicCon Vegas. So that's going to be very, very cool when they get back. But with him not being here, we got an early start tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have Barbara in the house. Phenom will be there. And we're still deciding on what game we will be playing. But I can tell you one thing for sure. We will be enjoying another delicious delicacy from our friend over at Look Out for the Logo, Burns Pizza. God, I love fun with graphics, eh? Best in the biz. Yeah, oh, this one. Oh, missed it. So right now, last day, today, hit them up. It's your final day to get a 15-inch Burns Original Thick for just $37 as they are entering their 37th year of operation. As well, do not forget about the stuffed cheesy bread, which we'll be ordering tomorrow. Just $8.95 with that sweet sauce. You dip it in. It's got all the stringy cheese. It's so incredibly good. And then whatever else they want to throw at us, we will show off to you as it's all so incredible. And we are always so thankful to have our Friday night pizza party powered by our friends over at, let me get this right, it's this one. Wrong one again. Burns Pizza. Trying to get to move. Thank you to our friends over there. As we continue here on the Thursday edition of your show, huge shout out to our buddy Carly with Next Level Painting. You see the can with the QR code on the banner underneath. She was meetings all day today, so she didn't make it in. So we'll check in with them maybe tomorrow. We'll see how it all goes. As well, our buddy Boontis. He got pushed out because we had a couple incredible chats with a bunch of old friends, and it was so good for the soul, man. I'm telling you, the telemiracle high that you feel after that weekend, it sticks around for a long time. And then this afternoon, it came back, roaring back. It's been an emotional day, to say the least. And we got to check in with two people that made it all happen. And it's so cool. I'm so excited for this. Miss Rihanna, are we ready to roll this one? All right, let's hop to it. Let's see where we're going. Every now and then, people stop by this beautiful studio. Sometimes they're even more beautiful than said studio. We have two of them here right now. Two of our favorite people in the universe, the reason why Telemiracle, the Backstage Lounge, and all the stuff that went around it broke the record. 10.5 million raised. Telemiracle 50 was pretty good, and it was a pretty big part of it right here. You too. And I struggle with the words to describe what's going on. This is Kyle, this is Aaliyah, and so much more than Telemiracle. That's why you guys are here today, but I wanted to start it off with, as we walk by that Backstage Lounge, we've had people on here numerous times from the big day, and it's still, we've talked about how it's intertwined us forever, and we're going to be family forever, and it starts with you guys, and I just want to get a couple words on that before we get into the other stuff that you got going on, because it was such a magical time. We've had lots of the boys in here. I was talking to JoJo. JoJo's got the album out. We got Sabine that's been on here, and she's doing all her stuff. She's doing Ryder stuff. Later on today, we're going to talk to Justine and Shaylin. Like, none of that happens without you guys. So I just want to thank you first and foremost, and thank you for coming here and for being so beautiful.
It's actually really funny that in the post-show, it's all breaking down, and everyone's recounting their stories, and Clayton goes, you know, it was such an honor when they called me at the very beginning and said, you were our first call. And then Mile goes, wait a minute, I thought I was the first call. And it's like, literally, you were all kind of our first calls. We had a giant list, and we're like, these are the people that we want on the show.
These are our people.
Yeah.
And the people that we knew that would support us. Like we always talk about in production that we're just the bowl. Mm-hmm. If you think about the bowl of soup that you had that really changed your life, like a week ago, 6 weeks ago, you won't remember the bowl. And that's kind of what the goal is when you're producing, is to bring the best ingredients together to make the best show. And that's what we did, is we chose the best ingredients. You all were. That being said, Clayton was literally the actual first phone call we made. And by phone call, I mean it was a message, because I don't do phone calls.
That's a very good way of putting it. I think you represent a lot of us in this sort of business, because when you hit that sweet spot of, like, this business is look at me, look at me, look at me. So when you can have people that aren't saying look at me, people that say look at us, look at this, look what's going on. And when you can get a whole cast together that thinks like that, that is the pocket right there. It's a beautiful thing.
It's interesting for a lot of people who are perceived as being extroverts because they're in the media all the time. I don't think there's a single one of us in the group that honestly sees themselves that way. We're all a bunch of, please just text me. Please. I get anxiety when the phone rings.
Mental health was an ongoing theme for the whole time, for sure.
And that's just not me saying, oh my, I get anxiety when the phone rings. All of us, I think, do. Mm-hmm. It's a group of people, I think, we're very like-minded all the way around.
That's it. And that's what made it so good, man. That's what I'm telling you. Instantly felt like family. And like even George and Kate, like people that are really, really up there. when you can sit down with them, you realize at the core, we're all just like that. We're all the same. We're all dealing with that stuff. It was such a journey. Hey, like that's a good way to put it. A quest to find yourself
Straight
within
downhill with our hair on fire. But
within
yes,
the fire.
it was
Yeah, that was
It
it.
felt like someone else's journey, and they were dragging us at full speed on the way to Telmere.
an apparition, as it were.
And I say this all the time. The fact that you guys did what you did in 6 months, like you had half a year to do that.
And it was like
insanity.
funny. It was about 90 days out. We're like, we have tons of time. There's like 90 days left. And then all of a sudden it's like, guys, we have nine days left.
9 hours to go.
Guys, we have
9
9
minutes.
hours.
Yeah,
Guys,
9
we have
minutes, that's it.
9 minutes.
And then we went.
But that's TV. I mean, we produce, our kids show,
And this
and
is what we're gonna
I've
get into.
always said that it doesn't matter how small a show is. All the components are the same. You still have to set your cameras. You still have to set your lights. You still have to have your audio person. You still have to have your scripts. You still have to have all those pieces. It's just bigger. And that was the thing, is that part of it was to prove we could do it. But I mean, this is the reality for people that know television production is we literally produced from writing scripts to the budget to engaging, lead talent, name talent, to pulling off the show in 6 months. So we did an entire season of TV where we did every episode in 22 hours. And all live for the most part. Like there are small components, but we moved the show from being heavily video supported to being almost entirely live,
Brought it back to the old ways.
which was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And we did it. We raised 10.5. There were a ton of human moments, which is what we really wanted. There's a reason people watch the outtakes,
Yeah.
but the outtakes were happening live, which was even kind of better.
That's why we say every single day, weekday, when we do the show from 4 to 5 p.m., it's always live. It's like that because that format doesn't exist anywhere else.
Yes.
And here we are pre-recording something.
Again,
10:30
life
morning.
gets in the way, but I promise you, when I'm introducing this, that's very live. And that's the thing, because when you do a show from 4 to 5 p.m., everyone has a life and jobs. So it's tough to get people in here.
What?
So we do the...
So in our edit suite, I have the multiple monitors set up. On the right-hand monitor is where at 4 o'clock I have the YouTube browser kind of playing as I'm
Can
doing.
confirm as
yeah.
somebody that sits next to
so
him,
sweet.
and every day.
Which is you have to kind of wrap your head around. It's like, oh, there's a 4 o'clock show on. Like we're still at work, but there's a workaround.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. And that's why this all works so well, is because it's different. Every single person that tries to do this stuff, they do what everyone else is already doing. And it's like, you have enough of that. Why don't we go do something that no one else is doing and allow people to be live and to make mistakes, because that's real life. We do it every day.
Yeah.
Why can't we do that with a show?
Absolutely. And there's always, I always say, I don't like the word competitor. Like when you look at, similar size production companies in this city, most of them were working on Telemiracle with us.
Yeah.
Most of them, because they are our friends. The more success that we have as a production company, the more success that you have as a production company working in this space, the better we all are, the more work there is for all of us.
Absolutely.
And it also forces us to not be in competition per se, but it forces us to all level up and do the very best work we can.
Lift each other up.
And that's the thing. The minute people start doing that whole crab bucketing thing, it's like we all lose. Not just you, and you don't win when you crab bucket. It's like all of us have to make the reputation of what we do better. That's our job in this world.
And that's the whole thing. We say it every time.
Yeah.
We're not in the business of bringing people down. We're in the business
No.
of lifting people up, because that's how you succeed. And it's so simple. It's so unbelievably simple and so hard to apply in life. And that's sort of been like
Kindness
our rally cry, right? It's
Yeah.
like, we can do this. We just have to take a step back, take a breath, just be nice
Absolutely.
to each other, treat others how you want to be treated. That's how this whole place started.
Yeah.
I spent my entire career in radio literally just being nice to people, treating other people how I would want to be treated, because when you're nice to people, people are nice to you. And I like when people are nice.
And now
Right?
me and Curtis
Isn't it?
Anderson get the opportunity to make the podcast
This
yoga
is
for
it.
40-year-olds
That
in
was
hotel rooms.
downward dogging with the boys. How did it go, by the way? Did you guys get a good...
downward cameraman?
Downward cameraman, yeah.
Even better. All the angles, hey?
Yeah.
That's a good cameraman right there. Okay, I'm going to get
Yeah.
into this.
You go for
So we talk about the telemiracle stuff, but you guys have so much more going on, and I want, because this place is all about promoting and lifting up. Tell us everything that's going on, because you guys are doing everything. You're in the festivals. You got it all going on. Let's promote, my friend.
You know, and it's funny because too, it's also humbling being someone, well, both of us that are used to being behind the camera, coaching and directing people how to act on camera, and so now to have to do it ourselves.
Got to get those reps in.
Yeah, it's humbling. You go, oh, this is what you all deal with every day, hearing from us. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Note taken. I will
Which
remember
does
that.
help down the road, though, right? Because you can, when you can put yourself, that empathy thing,
Yeah.
when you can understand what's going on, it helps you sort of work
Well, and
with
in
it.
all fairness, I came up as an actor. That was my primary kind of focus from the time I was 14. I've been working in film and TV.
Your story's
and
crazy.
in and out.
It really is.
And then, then I eventually, because acting wasn't as big in Canada at the time, it was a very long time ago in a galaxy very far away. But as a result, I ended up working with a model and talent agency in Saskatoon, and I eventually got a contract with L'Oreal Canada, working with their fragrance lines and stuff. And, I got to do a bunch of really cool things. But then as I had kids and I became a talent agent and then got into casting and doing all of that. And so, part of it was just luck of who our cast was for Telemiracle, but there was a lot of strategy. We worked with Kate for like the last 10 years. We know her really well. Yeah. Kate is who she says she is. Like, who you see is who she is. And she is genuinely happy to be there, happy to be part of it, doesn't take herself too seriously, but is really good at what she does. Yeah. And then George Stroumboulopoulos, who is just a gem and one of the kindest, most generous humans I've ever met. Because time, money is whatever. Time is the thing that is the real commodity, and he just gives it in spades. And then JoJo and you, but it was who we knew as people, and we knew how the right people with the right, just glad to be part of something bigger than them was really the goal. And we only had one really wild card in that casting, and that was Econoline. And Trevor is amazing and is consistently in touch. All of them are. We talk to all of you quite routinely. We didn't expect to add, 10 new best friends, but here we are.
It's amazing.
It was wonderful. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So steering the ship back into the lane that you put us in.
It's all good, but this is the compliment tennis that we're used to, and I appreciate that.
As the shameless plug, I brought my Campfire Stories mug. And
there it is.
Logoed it out to the camera. So we started Campfire Stories. We started out doing video production, and as most junior people do, especially in Saskatoon, you start by filming weddings. And you build up a library, you practice your skills, you
get your reps in.
You get your equipment built up, and then we started Campfire Stories and shifted our focus to corporate storytelling for quite a while. So we're working with a lot of community organizations. We did a lot of tourism work during COVID.
A lot of tourism work. It was great. We had a very simple strategy. Whenever I book a shoot that isn't here, I book around where are we going to stay, where are we going to eat. Because a well-fed crew is a happy crew.
Very true.
And it also gave us an opportunity to try places all across the province. And if people have not tried Maple Hill before it closes at the end of December, go to Nipawin, try Maple Hill. It is extraordinary.
That's Chef Michael?
Michael Brownlee.
Michael Brownlee. Get this. That's my cousin.
That's your cousin?
That's my cousin. Yeah, my parents go out there every year and they hook him up.
Amazing.
Oh, he's a great guy.
It's a great family, man. The Brownlees,
we had such an amazing experience out there. And I love that we can show up and Michael knows that what our tastes are, and we'll be like, can I just do something for you? Amazing.
Yeah. Here, I'm going to make something for you. Go try this.
I guess shout out to former clients, the Carrot River.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
the town of
Carrot
Carrot River.
River.
And then Maple Hill. That stretch between Carrot River and Nipawin has so many culinary adventures to go on.
If you haven't tried the Carrot River
gems.
Bakery, I highly recommend it.
Yep.
Nipawin has a great bakery, and they got the Dam
Smokehouse.
Yeah.
Man, we did a golf trip out there a bunch of years ago, and first night we went to Dam Smokehouse, and it's like, well, what are you going to do second? Like, what do you mean? We're going to go back to Dam Smokehouse.
Yeah.
It was so good. Like, when you walk in, the smoke is smoking, and you're like, this is my kind of place. And,
and then you got Tobin, like just down the road as well.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So then we focus on the corporate storytelling and do a lot of tourism and a lot of restaurant type work. And then we've always had the itch of we want to make a TV show.
Yeah.
And so we've really pivoted the last 5 years now into TV production. So we had done a corporate thing where we were hired to film an elder or a series of elders reading preschool books to their grandkids and showing.
In Dene, Cree, and Mitchell. So we did 3
that's the
different
thing,
ones.
right?
And because we'd built a relationship with the network in Saskatchewan, Joanne McDonald happened to see the videos and said, "Hey, is this something you could turn into something?" And Kyle, being Kyle, bless his heart, was like, "Absolutely, we could." Hung up the phone and said, "Well, babe, guess what we got to do?"
We
got a new job. Here we
we've
go.
been pitching networks, including City TV, for like 7 years at this point, and we had gotten nowhere. And so when the network says, "Is this something you can do?" the answer has to be
Yes.
Yes.
And then you figure it
And
out.
it's the biggest fake until you
100%.
make it. Like,
Yeah.
as everyone in this industry is aware of. Like,
Yes.
you get asked to do something at the beginning of your career, and obviously you haven't done it yet. Like,
Yeah.
So true.
you can only do something for the first time once,
Once.
and you need that first time. And when the network says, "Can you make this into a TV show?" the answer has to be yes.
Absolutely.
So fortunately, we have a great group of experts that
Yeah.
we get to work with every day that can contribute and
And are so
guide
good.
us. Yes.
They're so good. But I mean, the really big piece in this one that we can never, ever look away from is the shout out that Will Dixon and Joanne McDonald at City TV in Saskatchewan deserve. Because we've gone back and read some of our original pitches, and the stuff that they were never like, "What are you people thinking?" They were so gracious and so, especially Joanne was so kind.
They were terrible, Gary.
They were so bad. Like, what were we thinking?
I mean, in all the
our
pitches that I
pitches were
wrote
so bad.
at the beginning of the career were based off of stuff that I saw producers write when I first got into industry.
Yeah.
And there was a time in, say, the late 90s where producers would go to a festival, they'd meet a network, and the network would go, "Hey, we're looking for a docu-reality series about northern Saskatchewan. You got something?" Sure. And then they'd write a log line on a napkin and go, "Would that work for your network?" And they'd go, "Yeah, sure. Like, let's work out a budget next
Yeah.
week when we all get back."
Let's
that's
do
how
development,
And that's
yeah.
how TV was made.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so, like, I was copying a lot of old pitches that I had looked
You
at.
need some
going,
reference
Here's
Yeah.
how-"
That went to camera, therefore this must be how we do it.
and it's not like that anymore.
No, not
Like,
at all.
You need to be well thought out now. You need to have a solid creative. You have to have a plan. You have to know where your season of television's going. You have to know where your funding's coming from, which is very diverse now.
Yeah.
It's not like a network
whole thing's
says,
changed.
"Here's your budget, go make a TV show."
Here's a bucket of money.
You cobble
You're good.
together 5 or 6 different funders
Yeah.
to try and make your budget. They all have different timelines. They all have different requirements.
And you can only do so much private equity into it. Like, there's a lot of rules around it too, and that we had to navigate blindly.
So it was a learning process to go like, "Oh, that old way of pitching is dead, and you shouldn't be doing it." But no one really told us that.
Yeah.
So
Well, how
we learned the
are you
hard
supposed to
way.
know? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I look back, I still can't watch like the first probably 50 to 60 episodes of this show because there was nothing to gauge it against. Like, there was a live show that we were doing with like people in the city and no one else was doing it. So we just sort of, I literally would be like, "Hey, you want to come on? Let's do this." Like, there was no structure to any of it. I had an idea
Fly
where
by
I
the
wanted
seat
to
of
go.
your pants.
Exactly.
That's
And
how you learn, though,
And those
right?
shows were garbage. Like, when you talk about those first shows, like, there was like, I cannot watch them. I hate everything about it. Now everything's got structure. We have different co-hosts for every day, different themes for every day, which keeps it fresh. Like, we do all these things now that we had to learn through that first like 200 shows before we
Yeah.
sort of found a rhythm.
Yeah.
So I can relate to that a lot when you say those first ones suck.
And then the time like flew like super quickly. So now we're editing and delivering season 4 of Stories of the North. So for those not familiar, Stories of the North is a Cree language educational show for a preschool age audience. It's on City TV.
There you go.
It airs most mornings,
Great
twice
promotion.
a
This
day.
is why we're here. Promote
Yeah.
that.
7 a.m. ish, and then
Yeah.
again like 11 to noonish. So 3 seasons. 4 seasons. Season 3 won at the Yorkton Film Festival for Best Children's. It won again at Moose Jaw.
Film Festival.
It's screened at a Chimwin Film Festival, and then season 4 is now accepted into the Yorkton Film Festival. We're up against a legitimate Oscar winner this year. So
When you
that's
told me that stripped down, I was
intimidating.
like, "Wow, congratulations!"
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Well-
I know. Like, good luck.
And that's the thing is people often scoff at it's an honor being nominated, but here's the thing. We actually are in a category against an actual Oscar. Like, we watched them walk up on stage before the nominations went out and accept their award. And I was like, that is so cool that this children's show just won. I'm like, less
Montreal.
cool that
Elevates.
they're up against us, but they're up against us. So they have to get it because we're the most recent one. No, it's a thing, but it is like when you know how many children's shows are being produced across Canada and most of them are submitting. And we are one of, what are there, 4 or 5 in this category?
5, I think, in our category, yeah.
We are one of 5. And the jury for Yorkton is bonkers. Like,
I think there's only one other from Saskatchewan. The
Yeah.
others are all
You were
across
explaining
Canada.
this, and they're all unknown, right? Like nobody knows who they are. Isn't that what it is?
well,
Largely
Like-
because
Largely.
Yeah. 'Cause
children's
it's kids'
programming is
space, yeah.
underrepresented.
yeah.
that's
Yeah. It's children's space, yeah.
like the voting, because we were talking
Well,
about
who's
how
voting, yeah.
elevated that Yorkton.
Oh.
Like people say,
I
oh,
had
Yorkton has a
no
film
cost
festival,
of-
and then
yeah,
you told
no
me, it's like,
concept.
Yeah, it's an independent
insane.
jury. We don't know who they are.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, very crazy.
They're all across Canada. It's like even the people that are involved with the actual festival, like in terms of the board and stuff, they have no idea who the winners are. Like the hosts of the show have no idea who the winners are. Like none of that. And so, I mean, it was funny last year when we won. We have gone in so our show. So grateful for Yorkton and that jury because it was a validation on a level that we didn't even recognize immediately how big a deal it was. We kind of went, oh, this is really cool. Let's go. And then we started to get it started to sink in and we had no kind of preconceived notion that we were going to win. We were literally just happy to be there, quite literally.
Well, it's a big deal, yeah.
But it was also, you just don't know until you know. It's one of those things until you're experientially in that
Absolutely.
space. But from the first season, every season has been nominated, and we were just deeply, deeply grateful for that. But then when we won, it was one of those things where none of us thought, we still prepped our co-producer and the director of the episode, who was a first-time director. And they were like, okay. And I just said, just in case, just so you know, as they sat down at the table, I'm like, just so you guys know, in the unlikely event that we win, you'll have to go up. Harmony, I've sent you like the thank yous via text. And then it happened. And all I remember is both of us just like, oh my God. And the entire table just burst into tears and we're screaming. The hosts were screaming backstage because one of them is the executive from City. And it was a whole thing. And it was just like this surreal, amazing moment.
It's because there's a formal dinner that comes out of it. So think of a big function with all the tables that are kind of all staggered.
Yeah.
And so when we won, I screamed very loud, but not realizing that there was another producer at the next table that is like right behind me. So I essentially screamed
In their
into
ears.
his ear. For like 20 seconds.
And rightfully so.
Yeah.
It's a big moment.
Complete shock. 'Cause,
Yeah.
this is a training ground for a lot of young filmmakers. Like
We built our team with intention.
the two of us,
Just like with Telemiracle.
the two of us kind of sit back, and so I do a lot of the bookkeeping. Well, not the bookkeeping, but I do the
Business
proposals,
affairs.
the business affairs, filing our reports.
Yeah.
The really not glamorous
No,
parts of the
I mean,
show.
The stuff
I'm
no
doing the
one knows
production
about.
management.
Yeah,
I'm writing the deal memos. I'm getting the deal memos out and signed. All of the reporting paperwork that's necessary for the funders. That all goes. We manage all of that. We're booking caterers. We're cleaning up after a meal so that the crew can get back to work. That's what we do because we're the bowl.
But it's a training ground though. So like Harmony, one of our co-producers, has never produced television before. She's a great writer. She's a great storyteller. But this is a new medium for her. Excuse me. But she took over the writer's room by season 2 and was finding her own set of writers to deal with. Because we had the one writer do all the episodes of season 1, and she was burnt out by the end of season 1.
I would do it.
Super
doing 10
fair.
episodes. And so Harmony's cultivating that. And so we have Bo, who started off as a camera operator, and now you know Bo as a jib operator at
Yep.
Telemiracle. Bo is now a writer. Bo is now a director. Bo is now an editor. We have
An award-winning.
award-winning
That's it.
director.
To be specific,
Yeah.
they are Bo Shingoose, award-winning first-time director, is how we introduce Bo throughout after the award. Before was Have You Met Bo Shingoose, first-time nominated.
Last year we
directors.
brought in Mikasha to start working on camera, and she's an up-and-coming camera operator in the province. She's now off working up in L'Orange, filming another TV show right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really great training ground.
You guys you're facilitating the growth because you put the people, like you guys are like talent scouts, really, right? Like that's what you're doing.
In some ways, yeah.
Yeah, like not in the traditional way. That's very true. In the way that you can read people and you can understand this person is made for this, and you know it before any of us even know it. So that's the magic that you guys create because you're coming in here and you have your vision. And I always like to relate to this place because I always say, in the last 2 years that we've had this place, I've worked harder than my entire 25-year career in radio. Because
Yes.
I care about this, and I understand the more people we can bring in here and do good things, the more people talk about it, and the more good things
Absolutely.
you can do. And you just have to have that vision to understand, I know you're going to be good, I just have to get you in here. And that's what you guys, that's a magical talent.
Well, and Kyle spoke to like the fact that like, you know, there's the perception of there's a lot of ego in film and TV and radio and in the arts, very much. But we kind of wanted to break a mold in that, like, you know, the way that you change the world is you change your world, right? And for us, when we were coming up, it was that whole adage of it was hard for me, so it needs to be hard for you. I'm not going to help you, where we don't believe in that.
Absolutely.
It's the exact opposite for us. It was really hard for me. It was really hard for him. And the reason for that was so that you, who's coming behind us, yeah, you're still fighting all like the rough path through the jungle like the rest of us, but it's a little bit less rough because when you have the people that are going ahead that know how to get through, they know where the trail is, and they're already beating down those bushes and making it easier. That's what our job is in this world. It's part of making it better, and that's how we all become better.
See, this is just reassuring everything that I already believed, to the point, like, detrimentally, where when I started this place as a producer in the biz, I incredibly underpaid and underappreciated and under-acknowledged, I guess, to the point where people that took the job that I used to do would have to go on weekends and do like 3 remotes without knowing what a remote is. And then all of a sudden you have 8 salespeople calling and screaming at a kid who's just starting and had no one guiding him.
Yeah.
And so here I said, you know what? This show doesn't get on without you producers, so you're going to be the highest paid guys here. So we brought him in here and we paid him way too much just so someone could have that dream that I wanted.
Yeah.
And now, because we had that connection through that, they said, yeah, we don't want to make that much money more. We want to make sure this place keeps going. I said, that's a great choice, guys, because if we keep paying you like this, it ain't gonna. So everyone falls into line and understands we have a common goal. I wanted you to understand how important you are. That all gets across, and now we're all moving together.
Yeah.
So it's those little things.
And
it doesn't
it's
have to be as
the
hard
eye
for
on the
you.
common goal, right? Like when we started Campfire, one of the things that we talked about as a company, we wanted to make sure we made things that we were proud of. Like we had seen a lot of things or crewed for things that were just like, oh, I don't want my name on that. That's not great. And then we also wanted to pay people their asking rate or as close to as we could get. Like we will never book somebody by going, hey, are you available on Thursday? You'll get a text with, are you available? This is the rate. This is what the job is. This is what the hours will be. These are the dates that we're anticipating.
Yes.
Will that work for you? So that people have that time to process.
Do you have food allergies?
Yeah, do you have food allergies? That's a huge part
Very
of it.
important. Yeah.
Very big part of it. And then the other thing we wanted to do is it's the marketing thing where when you're in the creative world, you're the lowest priority on the budget. And we wanted to pay people not only their asking rate, but on time. And Campfire Stories works very hard and by Campfire Stories, it is just us, but I mean, it's something that we've committed to a long time ago, is people are generally paid. We've never paid in more than 30 days. If we because we're in control of that. We have missed other bills in order to make sure our people are paid because that's what you do.
Here.
But we've also we pay most projects within 48 hours to 72 hours kind of thing of when we get the invoice from our crew. I mean, yeah, we sacrifice a lot, but that's what leadership looks like. That's what it's not about. I mean, we don't talk about this in this kind of space. I'm so much happier on the other side.
Here. Hey, you guys doing great. Doing great.
I've been critiquing myself this entire time.
Yes.
And so I've realized I've done this thing where I've backed away from the mic. And so LB is going to hate me later. And I remember watching Fred Penner and he'd come crawling through the log with his knapsack.
Of course.
It was a cool looking knapsack.
Yes.
So I brought my own version of the knapsack. And so...
Which was a set deck prop from a different show I worked on as an art director.
When we first started talking about making stuff together, and I got introduced to LB, one thing stuck in my brain.
What was that?
Was the only other LB I've known in my life was a cartoon character on the show, Teddy Ruxpin, which was like, for a kid in the 80s, that was a moment.
I'm having a moment right now.
It was the first cartoon that I remember watching as a kid that had an overall series arc. It wasn't like you watched one episode and then you could it's not like The Simpsons where every episode is self-contained.
That's right.
Teddy Ruxpin was like a 3-season saga of him trying to find his father, essentially. I can sing the theme song, but
You want me to sing?
And so to get back to the whole thing, yeah,
Come dream with me tonight.
was one of the henchmen for the minor bad guy in the show, right?
Minor bad guy
LB,
because preschool.
the lead bounder. So instead of you singing it, maybe we should have Teddy sing the theme song.
I've been
for us.
bugging these guys for this. Right when you came in, I said to Julie, "Where's Teddy? Where's Teddy?" And I could just tell something was going on because I know how bad you want Teddy out of the house.
He literally sits on a shelf staring at me all day at work, and he's a monstrosity.
So for a kid in the 80s, there was Talking Teddy. So there's a tape cassette player in the back. You put a tape cassette in. He tells a story from one of the episodes, and his mouth moves. It was kind of the
Full thing.
So I'd have to tear them apart and figure out why the motor's not moving.
Full thing.
So I'd have to tear them apart and figure out why the motor's not moving the mouth.
Dude, my whole plan was to put a Slayer tape and have Teddy Ruxpin sing Raining Blood,
Well, if
which
you
would
wanna,
be amazing.
If you want to hold on to him for a little
Can
bit,
he hang it on the set for a bit?
you can hang
Yeah.
on to him for the set for a bit, yeah.
We talk like, let's build a giant airship and sail into the sky, fly so high, come dream with me tonight.
Do you know the song?
Man, I watched a lot of Teddy Ruxpin.
See, in the song near the end of the series, "The Imaginary Hermit of Leaky Lake," that song is imprinted in my brain. That in the very last episode, the last song before they're done is "Together Again." The song "Together Again."
See, I don't remember that. I just remember the intro.
Yeah.
You gonna sing it for me?
Oh, I can't sing, buddy. I can do a lot of
Can
things.
I?
can do a lot of things.
I
but
just did.
singing's not one of them.
You guys,
Yeah.
Teddy is here. This has happened. Coach Mazur is going to be so happy. We've been trying to get our hands on something like this for a while because we have done numerous shows where we sing the entire song and it's a whole thing.
Did you know that there was a talking grubby as well?
I did, but I've never seen any around.
I never.
You know what I mean?
Didn't have one. I didn't remember
Yeah.
having the opportunity to buy one. So
That's
this
what I
one,
mean.
I posted this on my Facebook account the other day. I got this at Prairie Land back in the, I think this is the old Jubilee building
Oh,
at the
yeah.
exhibition grounds.
Yeah.
There was like a liquidation event
Jeez.
that took up the whole building. And I remember in my brain, I would have only been 5 or
Of
6
course,
years
yeah.
old. But it was like this huge section that was just toys. And I'd seen this on TV and I had to have one. That's what I bought at this liquidation event. A lot of people were commenting that they also bought leather jackets. I don't know why leather jackets were
Hot
a
at
hot
the
item,
time. Hot at the time. Man.
but that was, yeah.
You guys, again, and like I got a gift here.
Yeah. Happy birthday, buddy.
This, and this is what we talk about. Good people doing good things. That's all it takes. And this is, oh, you guys, like this. I love you so much, and Bentley, and I love Bentley too. Oh, this is,
You love Bentley more than Maggie does. We understand.
man, Bentley ran that show, hey?
Oh, yeah.
At Telemiracle. That was awesome. Oh my goodness, what is this?
Caramel cookies.
Now, see, here's my struggle. I'm gonna break my fast. Normally I fast, but
do you?
I have a strict rule. If someone goes through all the trouble of doing something like this, you have to just give a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, how am I supposed to not eat this for the rest of the day?
Yeah. Ask Kyle how that works. He will generally open when I make them, and he'll just sit at the desk,
gonna be
and through
gone.
every Teams or Zoom, he's just like stuffing
It's
them
so
in his
dangerous.
face. Yeah, they are.
It's so good.
That's
Thank
why
you.
when we make
Thank
them, we
you.
bring them
Thank
to
you.
people so we don't eat
Have
them
to
all.
eat them. I love it. Thank you for this. Thank you for the beautiful
You're
card.
welcome.
Thank you for putting Teddy on exhibit in the museum here. And we should look into getting that mouth moving somehow.
Well, first we'll look
see.
into the lease agreement for you to keep him here.
Perfect,
And then we'll work on the, yeah.
Want to make sure we go through all the proper official holes. You guys, thank you so much for getting in here.
One last
And-
question for
yes,
you. Y'all are back for Telemiracle 51 to do the backstage lounge again?
1,000%. 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
I can't stress enough how you, and I've told you a million times, you changed my life, this place's life, everyone here, forever. That's what happened there.
That's amazing.
Once we got onto that, everything changed.
So now you're the official first ask for 51.
You can fight Clayton for it later.
I'm telling you guys, like and this is another idea that I've had is getting a backstage lounge sort of going to keep that momentum going.
Yeah.
And as we'll hear later when we talk to Justine and Shaylin, everyone's sort of on board with
Are
it.
they
And it's so
backing
cool.
us on this? Are they coming after us on the show?
Yeah, I was gonna go back to back. So you guys got any
Nice.
messages?
Oh.
Any messages for them? Real quick.
Yeah.
Hi. How's it
I
going?
mean,
We haven't seen you in
honestly,
forever.
okay.
You caught me off guard.
So, first off, I just got to say, one of the most awesome things about Shaylin that I learned at Telemiracle this year is how absolutely ridiculously hilarious that woman is.
People don't know. It's incredible.
Like the amount of times, and she's so like sometimes in your, but mostly just really subtle about it. It just consistently cracked me up at moments I didn't know I needed it so badly.
Her sitting beside me during all of that could not have had a better person there.
Yeah.
She knew how to carry and how to lift me up.
It's hard for us because during the show on the Saturday night, I was running around dealing with things that were popping up. And then all of Sunday, I was glued to my desk, just counting how many minutes we had left.
How heavy or light the show was. And
so I didn't get to go to the backstage lounge. So I didn't get to spend as much time with
I think
her.
First rule of next year, you should be up there.
Yeah.
We got to book it in.
Yeah.
I know how busy you get, but we need to show off the reason we're there.
You don't know what you don't know until you've been through the show, and we did it in 6 months. Like, I mean, it feels, and I keep saying this, it feels absolutely luxurious to have so much more time this year.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that, like, even before the show ended, we were already pre-planning going into the next year because we'd already committed.
That's it.
And that was a huge part of it. And so, yeah, like, I mean, I can't say enough about Shailene and Justine. And I mean, between the two of them, you know, I don't know who the actual sidekick is there because the two of them are awesome. And
they are one person.
They're just so great together. Yeah. And they were so great for everything Telemiracle. And I'm just so glad that they have become a part of it and that they are hopefully going to continue to want to be part of that. But being part of something that's bigger than all of us is just such a big deal.
The family and the friends. Like even last week, Randy Woods came by just to say hi. Didn't come on. He's got some music coming up. He's going to be doing.
Ever.
I love him so much.
So Randy Woods works on Stories of the North.
He's our audio. He is our guy.
Those connections don't happen without you guys. And that's the proof in the pudding.
Yeah. One last plug before you go. I know
get all the plugs.
Okay, last one. Okay, we're planning for Telemiracle 51 right now. I guess I put this to the audience, not you necessarily, the audience. If you have a band or a celebrity you think should be on Telemiracle because they fit what we're doing, please tag them and us in a social media post and tell them they need to be on Telemiracle.
100%.
Let's do a little campaign.
Yeah, we're reaching out. We're starting already to reach out to prospective cast members and
And congratulations, guys! You just made your first short here, so this will be a nice little short we can all share. And
right on.
That's awesome.
Kyle and Leah, thank you. Check out Campfire
you.
Stories. Check out everything these guys do. This is the reason why local is coming back. As the world tries to push local away and say, no, we're going mainstream. Everyone has to be controlled. This right here is saying, no, thanks. We're going to do it this way. And as a guy who grew up listening to punk rock, I'll tell you, it's a very punk rock way to do things. It's very appreciated. So I love you both so much. Thank you for all that you do. And you will not be strangers. I'm going to bug you to keep coming back because you know what? Those reps are helping. I can already tell, hey, he's getting comfy up here.
He is. It's you've unleashed a beast.
Telemiracle 52, host Kyle Burgess. No, I'm coming.
Hey, you never know. Never know.
I know.
Okay. She knows. Guys, I love you. Thank you so much again. It means the world, and we'll talk again real soon. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Amazing. See? That's what it's all about right there. In true Telemiracle fashion, I was just texting with Kyle and Aaliyah here. This will be the officially longest show in the history of your show. And it's for very good reasons because we're going to continue this Telemiracle talk as we move through and forward on this Thursday edition of your show. Lots going on. We're going to get back to that. You saw the Teddy Ruxpin, a 90 story. Man, love Teddy Ruxpin. So cool. I do want to say real quick, CTV's Matt Young, who was on earlier, he is doing the announcing for wrestling tomorrow night. BEW presents No Justice going on at the Travelodge. Man, the Mountie, the wrestler. Remember the Mountie growing up? He's going to be there, former Intercontinental Champion, a bunch of other big names. BEW putting it on, and our main man, primetime, Matt Young, will be the voice announcing for BEW tomorrow night at the Travelodge. If you're looking to get into some wrestling, doors open at 6, first bell rings at 7 p.m. Around here, you know we got a lot going on all the time, and that includes, we got sing-alongs. We also have a website. Check it out. Boom. Thank you to Royal Anders for making that. Very streamlined, very easy to operate. It's got a bunch of info there if you're looking for info. It's got shows and all that stuff. This is the point of the day where we tell you to reach out to us. As long as you're a good person, okay? We always say no dinks, no assholes, man. No thank you, okay? We always say no politics, no religion. Save that for all the people outside there. Way too polarizing, man. That's why this place stays so happy and healthy, because that stuff gets checked at the door. If you can get behind the idea of reminding everyone, hey, let's just be nice. Treat others how you want to be treated. The golden rules, our road back to some sort of civil living, you know? And I say that with all the utmost love. But it's crazy out there, man. Everyone's going through it. The more people that can just think for once in empathy. Like, hold on, I understand you're angry, but why are you angry? How can we help you out? If you can get behind those ideas, if you are sick of big corporations and mainstream media is flipping you upside down, shaking all the money you got out of you and saying, more, where's more? We're here for you because we hate that shit too. It's not for us. We don't do that. We ask, how much do you got? What are you looking to do? How can we help you? Because we like when that happens. If you can get behind all those ideas, just trying to make this world a better place, please reach out to me, all right? I'm full of the telemiracle emotions right now. This is right now. We're going to jump right back into them here. But I do want to tell you how to get a hold of us. We written a song about it. Written a song. And I'm going to try to sing it for you now. Luckily, we got the auto-tune, so the voice doesn't go wonky. Mr. Rihanna, is this auto-tune working? Nice. She's loving it. All right, here we go. Please reach out. Very, very easy to do. Just send an email to 123 contact@dufferinave.com. That is the email. This is the theme song. Hold on. I heard you singing in there, and I was like, oh, no. And then it threw me off. But we're okay, because we're going to get rid of that. No, it was great. We want everyone here to sing. That's the whole point. And then we finish one of these. Nailed it. Thank you. That's the official triangle. That's how you know the email song is done. Very well done. And Miss Rihanna, thank you again. I did not expect that. That's what I mean by it threw me off. It wasn't that, like, I want you to sing all of it. Everyone in here always sing. So that was very, very good. You know how to get a hold of us. And now, to officially break the record for longest show ever, just like back a couple months ago when we broke the record for the most money raised for a Telemiracle 50, 10.5 million. It's time for us to hop in and check in with another two of our favorite people in the history of people. And this was so organic how this all happened. And that's why we're going so long, because it was a very special day here. But it's time to go meet our fellow Backstage Lounge hosts. Let's do it, Miss Rihanna. You guys have made it. We went through five different restarts on that computer, a couple different vmixes, a couple more restarts. You guys changed computers, and now we're here.
helped.
You did. And I was telling these two jabronis, I was like, man, we've been planning this for like 2 frickin' months. We're this close. This can't be how it ends. And here we are. Ladies and gentlemen,
awesome.
The Backstage Lounge. This is it.
Yes.
This is it. We did about a half-hour pre-tape before this is playing now with these two. In the last about 5 minutes, we were praising both of you.
Yeah.
And Aaliyah said it best when she talked about Shaylin, about how people don't really understand how freaking hilarious she is.
No, they
and I
don't.
said, that's very, very true. And people don't even know the half of it. And then we said
was the
about how
greatest thing.
Justine is like even more incredible and in the same way.
Yeah, I
because
don't
you
really
guys
know
turn
who
into-
the instigator
That's the
is
thing.
anymore, but
You're
it
one
was
person
like,
is what we're trying to say. You're one person. And it's
We
so...
are. We're a package deal.
You
Yeah.
absolutely are. And so happy to finally get you on here and take a couple minutes to talk about Telemiracle, and more specifically the Backstage Lounge, because you two are like the only other two people besides, I guess, LB that were there for the whole thing, just like I was. And everyone I talked to that was on the main stage, doing all the main stage stuff, every single one of them says, I really wanted to get back there and see what it was all about. But every time anyone would try to go, it was packed because we were the party house. That's where people would go and hang out and just tell stories.
And
it's
honestly, that was
crazy.
the entire goal of when we kind of like, so a lot of what we do is like, I mean, you two would understand this because like one of you has an idea, you bounce it off the other person, and then it gels into something completely different, but that kind of builds, like you can't constantly build on it. And that was how the Backstage Lounge was, is that we wanted to create something that was self-contained, but more interesting than just the hits that like, I understood what they were trying to accomplish with the social media hits in the past, but I wanted to have like an actual space for it. And then as Kyle's brain gets going, it's like a whole different thing. And it was like, oh, babe, I don't know. And then we brought
ADHD.
Our ADHD does roll a lot. But it's what makes us good at what we do also, because hyperfocus is a superpower. And when you have to get the crappy work done, it's really, really good. But no, honestly, I cannot. The whole vision for the Backstage Lounge was one thing, and you put together the best ideas. But I cannot say enough about how much we felt like we missed out in having to do the work that we had to do during the show and not being able to just spend any, meaningful time back there with you guys. But hearing what everybody said, the three of you so far exceeded everything we could have ever hoped for on all of it. So thank you so much for that. Like, I can't say that enough, how much we appreciate all that you brought to the table and then more.
I mean, Gary and I couldn't have done what we did without Justine in the background running everywhere for both of us.
And not just us, for Ashtray without the S, and for Maggie as well. Like, Justine was the integral part of the linchpin. Without her, everything falls apart. It really does. Like,
the glue. She's the glue.
Right down to the spray in the mouth when the mouth's getting dry from talking so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Shaylin would be like,
Wait,
I
what?
love dry. And then I'd be like, over here too. And then
Can we have you next year? Can you come help us?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Right?
And were you walking, Maggie?
I got my steps in for sure.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, I got to her outside.
Like, I think
Nonstop.
if Maggie's back and Bentley is back, we need to hire like a professional dog walker next year.
I already actually have that on my list.
Well, you can hire Justine. I'm telling you.
Like,
But don't.
put him on me.
That's it. But don't break into our time. Like, Maggie and Ashtray without the S go first. As I keep saying, Atray, is that what it is? Atray, your dog's name? Atray. So it's Ashtray without the S. I just said it and then I pronounced it wrong.
Ashtray.
But yeah, very, very beautiful puppy. And that was the thing with Justine. We would, like, it was wrangling. It was all wrangling. And it was, you go here, you go here. And she was the middleman for all of those things. So it's very exciting as we look forward and all the things that we can elevate.
Honestly, like, that's the thing is when you are on camera a lot, people don't realize how important our crew is, how important the people that are supporting. Like, none of us that, like, even as producers, none of our shows happen without our crew. Like, you can put talent in and out. Like, I always say, like, the faces are always semi-interchangeable, but your crew being good at what they do are so the unsung heroes of how we get everything done. Like, I mean, look at, like, LB not being here.
Yeah.
Like, just that.
Place fell apart.
It honestly, it is.
And it's in shambles.
Yeah.
And I will never stop saying thank you to my crew all the time. Like, at the same time, it's as equally important that our cast, for any show, not just Telemiracle, but any show, you have to have a commitment to being, part of the team. It's even when you're a solo host, you still have to be part of the team because that's what makes, good TV. I always say that, like, still photography always lies. Video never lies. Like, motion picture never lies.
That's it.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
the only reason I was so helpful was because there was so many people for me to go and get snacks from and get whatever I need. There was so many people helping me too. So yeah.
It does
awesome
take a village.
we didn't get to see much of what was happening in the backstage lounge because we were so busy during the show. Can you two tell us your favorite moment from the weekend? What was it?
Good luck.
Oh,
Yeah.
a favorite moment. That one's hard. I think for me, one of my favorite moments was when my parents, I kind of
That's what I was gonna say.
suckered them into like a quick little interview. And we were just rewatching it today actually, and like seeing my dad get choked up and everything. I was like, oh, that was like a full circle for me to get to interview them. So that was really cool. But then we just met like such incredible people, like the different stories that we highlighted of Telemiracle families, like meeting those families is always a favorite for me also. And then getting to have like some one-on-one time with the cast members was also super cool. I said, like, I absolutely loved the backstage lounge, but it's such a different beast from the main
100%.
stage. Yeah, and so it was definitely like the first year I did some on the main stage and some on the backstage lounge, and it was definitely, I was like, wait, this is like so much more relaxed back here. Like,
Yeah.
it was definitely, it's like
which
pace
is
slower to really
so
get into
weird, right? Like, because it's equally live, it's equally like going out in real time. It's still got cameras, it's still got and that was exactly what we were wanting from it, though, is that it's really somehow intimidating on the main stage comparatively. And we wanted to, because there's something that happens. There was an intimacy that you guys created, which is so integral to getting real, meaningful stories. Yeah. And that's a huge part of it. And you guys, you absolutely killed it. So thank you, because that was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like the family
the
alone.
whole setup,
Yeah.
But as we were watching back the videos, just like the whole stage that was built for it, and the signs and everything just looked so polished. And it was so cool to be able to look back and see it all.
When you talk about family being there, it wasn't just your family. Justine's family showed up, and then all of a sudden Auntie Susie shows up, and I'm giving her super kicks on the set, and everyone's like, what's Gary doing to this? Why is he beating her up? I'm like, oh no, it's cool, it's just Auntie Susie, and giving her one. We got to celebrate with our families this incredible thing that we were a big part of, and to walk in with the goal being extending the stories. When people get on that big stage, they only get a minute and a half. Like you talked about the timing and how you have to be on everything. So to give those people more of a voice, so the people that are tuning in that want to hear more of that story. Like how many times we have Brad back there, he's like, okay, got this one, then this one's back over there, that one's coming in about 10. And it's like, okay, and to have you guys be sitting there when I'm going through it, it's like, okay, this is good, we can handle this. And then Shay, every time, it's like, yeah, I got it. Like, we're good. You want to take a break? It's like, how are you? Like, okay. Yeah. And then we feed off the calmness. And it became everything that we always want, which is a conversation. You can have interviews all day, but if you have a conversation, you're in the pocket. And you're actually telling a story instead of just putting something out there. And that every single person that sat down there had that. Like, right down to the bands that were coming in. Like, Prairie Gamble was in here not too long ago, just doing a quick set because, they said when they left, we're going to call that guy, make sure we get back in here and do some more because we're doing something that should be done, and that's promoting good people doing good things, and especially when it's local, it's so many things. I'm getting fired up again.
Well, it's hard because I'm working on a script for next year already. We're trying to figure out what are we going to make? What's our budget to spend on production?
Because in TV, the script informs the budget, informs the show, and because of the way that Telemiracle is so structured from historically, that was never the case. It was always built after, and for us, that's counterintuitive. Yes. So we're trying to actually make it more industry standard because you do more when you know what you're working with.
But scheduling in right now, there's, I'm trying to remember how many on-air presentations we had last year.
OAPs, my arch nemesis. Oh, man.
They're hard, yeah.
But there's so many people that want to be on the show. They're important. People work really hard to raise money all year, right? Yeah. And so the more you put in, the less time there is per person.
100%.
So what do you do when someone has a great story about how they raise this money and what they hope it goes towards, but they only got 90 seconds on stage because they're trying to squeeze in as many as possible. So having you guys back there
augment it. It augments it and gives opportunity to bring the heart out of what we see this entire thing, and it's like you guys have seen the chaos behind the scenes because that is what live TV is it is chaotic. It is very organized chaos. We all know where we are supposed to be and where every little ant in that ant farm are doing their jobs. But we don't get that opportunity on the main stage to really connect the dots on the depth of what these stories are that got to this on-air presentation. And that's what you guys are doing. And that was what our vision for overall, our long-term kind of vision for it is I want Backstage Lounge to be a space that everybody wants to be part of. And the broadcast is almost secondarily supporting that because the stories are the heart of the show. They're the people.
Yeah. So if you could do one new thing next year on the Backstage Lounge, one new thing might be?
Good question. No pressure.
No pressure, not to throw you under the bus.
All of it. That's where the best ideas come from. You're under pressure. You're diamonds. Yeah. You'll be fine.
I mean, I think it would be kind of cool to have some of like, I know Gary went main stage and some backstage lounge. I think it would be kind of cool to have a bit more of an overlap, like between the main stage and the backstage lounge, and bringing like George in for half an hour to do some interviews, and then he goes back to the main stage, and like
Agreed.
just
Yeah.
making a bit of that, like, yeah, just that connection for the whole cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And definitely, like, now that we know what it looks like and how it works, I feel like it would be very easy to incorporate that, because when you're looking at a big stage, say, okay, use George as an example again, because we all love George so much. Like, all right, George, this is your 11 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. You're backstage lounging. You're going to go hang out, and they're going to bring people in. And it wouldn't be us talking with him joining our conversation with the people we're bringing in. Because the biggest value, and the reason you two and I worked so freaking well together was you way more so, but with me and my buddy Cal, who was a big part of it as well, his journey that's going through there, it's opened my eyes to this whole new world about accessibility and about a lot of things that Telemiracle is really about. So I was just getting into that world when you guys like, yeah, welcome to the party. Here's what it's like, you know, get used to it. And to be involved in a way that you can say to people, like, I've gone through this, what's this like for you? And it's such a great jump off point for these conversations that we're having, because everybody is going through what we have been going through. And it's so cool to be able to relate on a level. So we had that sort of jump off from the start, which a lot of people don't get. And we just ran with it, because when you have three people like us who are trying to just do good and who understand what's important, if you can all get on the same page, because instantly this whole thing, and this is on you guys again, the whole thing is we were a family the second we said hello. Like, the connection was there, and I've never been a part of anything like that, to the point where like we're bros now, and like we actually talk like off camera, and like we're friends, and it's the same with all the other guys.
Yeah.
And to have that all come together to this, and then to be able to talk about what we would want to do next year, for a guy who 2 years ago was sitting in this very studio talking to nobody, to be jumped into that, it's like, what is even happening right now?
Sidebar on Cal. I watched the show the other day when Cal was on, and he did his new sign off. Oh my.
But I mean, this is
so. Can we go to the tape on Cal's new sign off? By the way, if I'm getting this right, it's wear your helmets.
Wear a helmet.
Wear a helmet.
So Uncle Mike from his All Natural Product Show, Uncle Mike, he always has his catchphrase, which is "Smell you later." He's been doing it since he started on the show, and so now whenever we end the show, it's like, "Hey, catchphrase, anybody got one?" Cal, wear a helmet. And he started that because Uncle Mike was chopping down a tree, and the tree fell on top of his head. So it's funny, because you think it'd be from him falling out of his chair, because he does that a lot. No, it's because of Uncle Mike not wearing a helmet.
Wow,
so
I didn't know that.
Exactly, it's a double thing.
oh my gosh.
There's layers to this,
So
you guys.
multi-layered.
We got layers.
Cal's a witty guy too.
But I mean,
I'm so
this
happy.
is the thing
So
about
happy
like
with him.
where representation is that, I mean, we work a lot in trauma informed spaces, and like where you need to be trauma informed and everything else. And I mean, that's like the heavy part of what we do, but that's also part of why when we do the things we do, we want to do them with respect. We want to do them with the kindness, but we also want to, like, I mean, trauma makes us funny as hell. Let's be honest. Like, I mean,
we had trauma circles in the
Oh my gosh,
in the area with all the
right?
food in the back. Like, we would sit in a circle. It was Kate, it was George, and every single person had a story about how, this is how I got here, guys. Here's my issues, and everyone's just like, yep, me too. Oh, I got that. Oh yeah, and it was such a safe space where it wasn't chirping in any way. It was lifting each other up, and like, yeah, we got through this. Well, I got through something like that too.
Well,
and sharing those stories.
That is the importance of representation. It isn't simply about like, having able-bodied or, cognitively perfect humans or, the perfect color mix or whatever. It's about the fact that this is all part of the human experience, and we are just people.
So the one thing I don't know.
That's what's so special about Telemiracle is like in our daily life, there's not many opportunities that we're kind of around that community that really gets us in a way.
Totally.
It's sort of the same with like being in SMA conferences or something like that. It's like the club that you don't really want to be a part of, but it's a really good club to be a part of, because people do just like actually bond and like know what's real in life. And Telemiracle is just like a showcase of that, which I feel like you don't see anywhere else really in mainstream media. And it's so cool that it's in Saskatchewan.
So I
Yeah.
don't know if we ever asked you this, or if I don't think I did. How did you get connected to Telemiracle in the first place and get recruited to be on the show?
We were literally, we had both just moved back into like our mom's basements type thing from being in Calgary. And we were both just sitting at home
Amazing.
watching it one weekend. She had been part of it before when we were younger.
Like 10 years ago.
Yeah, we were both just watching it, and I texted her and I was like, you need to be on this. And she was like, yeah, what the heck? And then you sent an email, right?
So yeah, I was actually in the funding process at that time, getting a wheelchair. And so I had said to Adrian and Josh, I was like, if you need anybody as a part of Telemiracle, like I would love to be involved. And so I thought there would be like a little something, like I might share my story for a couple minutes or something. And then a week later, they're like, can we have a call? And I talked to them and they're like, yeah, so we want you on the main stage. We want you doing backstage content. We want you on the PR tours. And I was just like, I had no idea what actually
happening.
But it was like the best experience. And I think I was stressed a lot when I left Calgary that like the kind of work I do, there's a lot less opportunities for it in Saskatchewan. And so I think I was like really scared I wouldn't be able to get opportunities like that here. And so to get Telemiracle, like my first year back living here, was so cool. And then to get asked back again was just like, yeah, it's the highlight of our year now. We like mark off Telemiracle months and nothing else gets booked then.
You know, and it's funny as like, I mean, I grew up between here and my grandparents in India. And this is such an iconic thing. Like Telemiracle is such an iconic thing here. But in some ways, I think we also kind of take it for granted. We don't really truly realize until you're like, crewing is one of our favorite things to do because once you become a producer, you're always responsible. It was a big struggle for me when the opportunity to produce came up because I was like, I love walking in, going into the truck, doing my job, doing it well, really loving because you don't get to work in live space anymore. Then getting to the end of my shift, he would be on camera, we would just leave, and we had no response. It was awesome. And so this was a huge shift for me to go, oh my God, we're responsible for everything. And it felt like such a weight, but you remove that weight as like you've said, but you're not alone in saying this has changed my life. This has made, and it's not just simply being a grant recipient. It's being a part of something that matters, that's bigger than all of us. And that's huge.
Yeah.
That's so huge for all of us.
Yeah, and another thing that I'm very, very proud of is the ability that was showcased, like the talent.
Right.
Like to be able to sit beside you, Shaylin, and just know that I will never have to carry anything. I'll never have any issues. Like there was never at any point for 22 hours straight where I felt like I had to work. Like I just talked. Like you and I would have conversations. Like literally before we go on, I'll be like, all right, we're going in a minute. Like, okay. I look at you. You got this? Like, yep. And that was it. And then we just talk about other stuff. You see that guy? Oh yeah, look at the puppy over there. And we're on. And then you bring it in and then you knock it back out, send it back to the main stage. Like all of our ins and outs were perfect. Everything was so, LB said it best at the very end. He said, I waited for something to go wrong and nothing did. The entire time. Like he was ready for something to fall apart, for someone not to show up, any of those things. Except for the drive. Did you guys hear what happened on my drive home? Did I tell you guys? Yeah, with the cube van. I literally took the cube van home with the back door wide open and had no clue. While everyone was at the hotel hanging out, having drinks and having a blast.
As someone who used to drive truck
it's hard.
when I was younger, yeah, I've done that. I've been there.
Yeah, it's not good.
Literally my worst nightmare.
I was working at the Crazy Cactus. I was like 20 years old, 19, and I got an opportunity to drive cube van for Sarcan.
Here we go.
And I remember going to those drop-off stations for the milk jugs. Yeah. My job was to put the big totes of milk jugs in the back of the truck and then drive them back to the plant.
I know where this is going.
And I'm cruising down Circle Drive, and people are like waving at me. I'm like, hi. Yeah.
Everyone really likes this truck.
Yeah,
so on brand for Kyle,
I'm
too.
I'm a friendly guy. I like meeting people. And then I pull up and I get out and I walk around the truck. I'm like, oh.
It's empty.
No, I had all the stuff, but like, what if?
That's the
What
whole
if,
thing.
Gary?
Dude, I had the whole studio in there. Like
Yeah.
anything could have fell out. But
Yeah.
again, I always talk about the universe. The universe guides us, man.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
what it does. If you're doing good stuff, the universe will let a door open. But
The
it will make
universe-
damn sure
yeah.
that nothing falls out, which it did.
It just looked at you and said, he's been up for 22
this has
hours.
been a long
Nope.
one.
Nope.
That was something. I will add this. You mentioned the crazy cactus, and this is more a story. Well, I guess a story for everybody. I was working in Slave Lake, Alberta, doing news and sports on Cat Country, KWA. And it was a great time in Slave Lake. And my buddies threw me a surprise birthday at the Crazy Cactus. And so I came home for this birthday, and we walked in there, and the place is packed. Like, this is pretty wild. And then, like, an hour later, everyone has their shirts off. And then, like, an hour after that, people started trashing the place. And
On
then
brand.
An hour after that, somebody stole the billboard out front, the debit machine. Like, it was a pretty wild party. And so I went back there the next day to look for some stuff that I had lost. And I was told I was no longer welcome, and I had received a lifetime ban from the Crazy Cactus. And I was like, I didn't even do anything. I didn't even book the place. Like, I just
it's
showed
just
up.
my birthday,
They
man.
go, is that your name on the banner? It says, happy birthday, Gary. This big giant banner is like hanging down. It's all covered in liquor and stuff. It's like, well, that is my name. It's like, somebody has to, be the fall guy. So I had a lifetime ban for about 2 years from the Cactus before they allowed me back in there.
I watched someone put a chair through the front window
Yeah.
when I worked there, and they didn't get banned. So
Takes a lot.
Takes a lot.
I'll tell you, if you steal a debit machine and you steal the billboard out front and probably a lot of other things, which I felt really bad for. That's the worst part. Is it, like, I didn't do it, but I still felt bad because there's my name on top of the
Yeah.
destruction. So it was a good lesson. And, as much as you want to control everything, you can't, and you just got to go with
True.
the flow. And eventually, lifetime bans get lifted. So I feel like that's sort of false advertising when they give you one of those.
I just want to know now where Shaylin's banned from.
Here we
being
go.
Part of.
Oh, do you want to know? I'm banned from Bumble, actually. You weren't expecting this.
I missed the whole thing because my IFB came unplugged.
I want to hear this story on so many
tell me
levels. Every level, all of them.
I need more.
Using it as a marketing tool.
I was like match with whoever and then send them our YouTube videos that we were making at the time. And then it's
That's
apparently not
genius.
allowed to be used as marketing. And so I got a lifetime ban from Bumble.
See?
But isn't dating just marketing yourself, and you are your brand?
Exactly.
Therefore,
You're doing it too good.
Yeah. I was like, instead of me explaining all about myself, just go watch this video and you can learn all you need to know. But they didn't like that. So that's where I'm banned from.
Even when it comes down to lifetime bans, we're together, hey? This is a beautiful
like
thing.
honestly,
This is so
though,
cool.
hers wins
Well, yeah.
by a
It
mile.
wasn't a contest
I
here.
can't wait to build this into the script for next year. This is amazing.
Like, yeah.
Keep dishing, Shaylin. Keep dishing.
Online dating.
That's
Yeah.
man.
I'm a vault of stories. You just never know.
That is the genius of Shaylin. That is what I love.
I do also appreciate the Tell a Miracle T-shirt right now, Justine.
Very
that
much.
was
Oh,
the,
thank
the
you, thank
T-shirt
you.
competition winner.
Yes,
Look at that.
the school.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I got I met
I
Maggie's.
also ordered the new one.
Oh yeah. I got the new one inside. And I got Maggie's. Maggie was wearing the Telemiracle 49 one. It's in here somewhere
Oh,
as well.
Bentley
We were
was
hanging out.
wearing.
Yeah.
I
something-
don't know which
That's-
one.
Your door just opened.
Yeah.
Our time is up, you
someone's
guys.
here.
Our next guest has arrived, so we're gonna have to call it here. There he is. He's coming in hot. Shaylin, Justine, thank you so much. I'm so thankful and grateful that we finally got to have you on and to have it with these two. Hey, like how cool is
I'm
this?
so happy to see your faces. We didn't get
Perfect.
any time together during the show,
Yeah, this
and
is-
that was the hard part about producing is we were kind of like always thinking about what was next and what had to be done, and it was like getting to watch all of you guys be like amazing
This is it.
was our privilege.
This
So
is why
thank
we
you,
need a
thank you.
backstage lounge show. This is what
Yes.
I'm saying. This is what
It's
it
not
could be.
going
These are
anywhere.
good demos. So this is very,
It's-
very cool.
When are you moving
Definitely
to
not
Saskatoon?
Yeah.
One day, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a
Who
no.
knows?
That's not a no.
That's not enough.
This is perfect. Okay, you guys, I'm going to try next week again. Sabine was supposed to join us today, but she had rider stuff. So if you guys are cool, we could do this again. And it'll be way smoother, hopefully. But it wouldn't be us if everything didn't
Yeah.
work.
Right.
So that was very on par. So I will be in touch. We'll bug you. We'll do this again. And we'll keep growing this because this is so freaking fun, man. And the stories. Like, we could have told a million stories.
Right.
So
Can't wait to see Sabine what she's got.
This- it's-
'Cause she's got all the stories.
she's something.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. I love you guys so much. Have a great day. I'll bug you later. Thank you. You're the best. You guys are the best. There you go. Amazing. See, that's if we're gonna go overtime, that's the type of stuff we're gonna go overtime for. Like, to the point where CTV's Matt Young came in, and it's like, oh yeah, we got that one coming up. And that could have went for 3, 5, 10, 20, dare I say 22 hours, which it looks like it might go next year because that backstage lounge, the Hansel of lounges right now. And shout out to anybody who knows Zoolander. Hansel is so hot right now, just like the wings over at Bugsy's. Check that out. That's the Ruckus Cock shredding on top of an amplifier wearing Legion of Doom shoulder pads. That could be yours if you pick up your passport to Bugsy's. Okay? In the 69 Wing Crew, there's 69 different flavors here. Both locations, Lawson Heights and Markham Mall. You get them all knocked out, you win the shirt. We're going to take a show live there with our on-location box very soon. Looking forward to it. What a show today. What a show. Look at that. We got Frankie going. We did it. We got Teddy Ruxpin in the house. Hey? Come dream with me tonight. Love Teddy Ruxpin. All right. Miss Rihanna. Thank you to you, Miss Rihanna. She's actually left because she's got a show. She's got to go, which was very cool. Like, oh, you go. I can take this out, man. We do this. It's all good. So thank you to Miss Rihanna. Her second solo shift ever. Nailed it. Well, thank you to CTV's Matt Young for stopping by and let us know. And NES Golf anniversary, 41 years, which is crazy to think about. Very exciting when we get to talk video games with him as well. Kyle and Leah, our friends from Telemerica, producers extraordinaire, coming on and telling their stories. They're going to be on again. This is the thing, is we need to keep rolling with that momentum that was created at Telemerica. And this place is going to be a big part of that. Because as you can see, when we're all together, it's magic. And it's just good on top of good on top of good. And Justine and Shaylin, a very, very good example of that. The Bumble Band story. Come on, man. Do you expect to hear a Bumble Band story from Shaylin? Incredible. So much talent. And we'll be seeing more of it. So be on the lookout for that. A backstage lounge show of some sort. I'm going to bring all the boys back. Shout out to Jojo. Go get the album Gold right now. My dude. Kate and George. I stand before you a very humbled, grateful, thankful man. So many emotions. It's crazy. The hangover from Telemiracle that we thought we all worked off just showed right back up. Tenfold. So crazy. We're going to work through those emotions, turn it into some more awesome stuff for you, and we'll be back tomorrow. The Friday Fun Table will be in the house. Hardcore will be here along with some more friends. No Uncle Brando, so we'll see who we get to fill in for him. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to roll right into our Twitch stream tomorrow night, twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media. It's going to be a surprise game with hopefully Barbara in the house, Venom and myself, and you know there's going to be some drinks. Thank you to you. You are why this all works, and you are the reason this continues to grow, because as you just saw, no one's here to make money and get big and famous. Everyone here just wants to do good. And that's what the world needs. Hug your loved ones, you know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. I love you so dang much. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll miss you oh so much. Until then, hey, enjoy some hockey tonight. Go Oilers, right? Whew, not stressed at all. Take care.